All right, we're gonna build a couple cornhole boards, and we're gonna build it out of one sheet of plywood. 2 boards, 1 sheet of plywood. So a 4x8 sheet of plywood would obviously make 4 tops. However, I just want to make everything out of this, so I'm going to make 2 tops, and then I'm going to use the plywood also to make the frame as well, so I don't have to buy any extra frame materials, and also I just want to make it all out of the same stuff. So here we go. Here's my awesome plan. We got a 24-inch by 48-inch piece. We're going to have 2 of these. The frame is going to be about 1 inch in on all sides, so it'll be 46 inches long, and then subtract the width of the plywood itself from 22, and we got 20.5. So these 2 pieces of the frame will be 20.5. These 2 pieces will be 46. There'll also be a piece in the middle. I think I'm going to put a center brace on there too. But yeah, first step is to cut the plywood in half and cut these 2 foot by 4 foot pieces out. Really good way to set the depth with your track saw is to put it on the track and then plunge it down, see where you end up. So I can take this, adjust it up just a little bit. Perfect. All right, so I've chosen this one to be the tops. So we're going to cut it now 2 feet down the middle. Now we got our 2 tops. I'm gonna lift this one as well, just so it'll be a little easier to push through the table saw. Now I'm gonna rip down the pieces I need for the frame, which is going to be 3 inches. That's how big the pieces of the frame are going to be. Yeah, that's there. That's it. So I got my stock cut for the frame, just a bunch of 3-inch pieces. So I'm going to cut 2 for each frame, that'll be 46 inches. Then I'm going to cut 3 for each frame, that'll be 20.5 inches. So that should take care of all that. And then I'll have some left over for the legs. I cut a lot more than I needed. All right, I'm going to gang cut all these 46 inches. Perfect. Now these, cut at 20.5. All right, we need to drill a bunch of pocket holes. So, got my jig here, Craig jig. First ones, these are all going to screw into these. So these are the ones we're going to drill. Get them going here. Maybe I can make it quick. Let's set on 3/4. That's going to be fine. Got that set on 3/4, so this should be good. All right. Okay, so now we got the cross braces all drilled. Now we're going to attach each side piece of the frame to the top. So we need to drill these as well. I'm going to do one, mark the middle, 23. I'm going to go in, let's go in 3 inches down here, 3 inches down here. Right. Now I'll be able to screw the frame into the other side of the tops. 3 more times. If I can't mark all these real quick. All right, now that we have all our pieces cut for the frames, we will assemble. I think I better do it this way. So it's going to be something like this. This is upside down, so the pocket holes will be screwing into the top. So it'll look like that. Using 1¼ Craig screws, the blue ones, because these are going to be stored in the outdoor shed for now, so don't want them, I don't know, rusting or something. Let's see, what should we do first? I guess we'll do the outsides first. Yeah, I might put a little wood glue in there to protect my beautiful table. First frame is assembled. Make sure it's all square afterwards. Just marking that at 26 so we know it's straight across. Now, we need to cut our hole in our tops and router the edges. I got the tops ready to drill the holes. So I'm going to mark them, and then we're going to cut it with a hole saw. We're going to cut both at once. Make it a little easier, quicker. So it needs to be 9 inches from the top, apparently. 12 inches from each side, so right at 12. Should be our spot right there. Yeah. All right, so I got this hole saw set from Harbor Freight, and I also got this big old 6-inch hole saw. We're going to drill it with the giant 1007 DeWalt drill. Fresh battery, got a power pack on there. Very powerful. Here we go. Wow, handled that pretty easily. Sure does. Alright, now get that in there. Just making sure it's lined up, just perfect. And right there it is. That should give us a nice round over. Let's see how it does. I'm gonna do the back and the front round over. Pretty good. Feels good. Flip it over to the other side. Over to the other side. This is going to be the top. All right, we got 2 top boards that are nice and rounded now. We can assemble the boards. And we can assemble these bad boys. This. Don't think I'm going to do wood glue here. Just going to screw them in. But I want to make sure it's square. Yeah, these things are cool. Okay, good. All right, now I know where to line it up. Should be good to go. I wish I had made pocket holes here, and I think I'm gonna disassemble it and add pocket holes there. Alright, should be able to do the same assembly. Hopefully everything lines up. We're gonna do the same thing to this side. Gonna clamp the jig. Hopefully we're done with the jig. Right. Alright, this is our legs. Alright, I'm going to cut each one of these at about 11 and a half. Gonna bolt those legs on. Just kind of eyeballing here. All right, so sun went down on us last night, lost light, but we got the legs in all right. So here's the cornhole boards, and we've got a little sample piece here that I've done some paint samples on. So we are going to paint these things now, sand them and paint them. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna sand it a little bit before I put the clear on it. Get some of this stuff off. A little piece of brush. Just gonna go over it with some clear. Let that dry. Wipe it with some steel wool and give it a second coat, and it should be good. Hit it with some steel wool. I think it's 4-aught steel wool. All right, now one more coat of clear. Make it a nice heavy coat. All right, while we wait for the clear to dry, we're gonna figure out these lights. I bought some LED rope lights from Amazon. I'll put them in a link in the description. See which ones I bought. These are my favorite type of batteries. I'll link these too. They're all max. They seem to stay good longer than a lot of batteries. I like them a lot. They're really cheap too, cheaper than buying them at the store. You get them in like a pack of 100 or something like that. All right, so Nice. You can control them both with one controller, which is kind of cool. Just to make sure they don't come apart, I'm gonna zip tie them. Alright. This stuff has a sticky backing you can take off and it'll stick. Alright, they're looking pretty good. I like the satin sheen I got going on them. See the wood grain a little bit. I like it. Now we're gonna mount the lights. I'm gonna make a little hole back here, mount everything underneath, come out the hole in the back, wrap around, go back in, and wrap around the hole, the cornhole hole a couple times. Hopefully that'll look pretty good. Here we go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole right here. Bring this through here. I think I'll just stick it up here and I'll zip tie these where they need to go because I want it to be away from these legs. And then I'll probably zip tie that up, leave it in there. And I want to stick this on like that, come back in the hole around the cornhole. So let's start peeling this off. Fold it like that. Nice. And put a little zip tie on that. Let's see how it looks though. Very nice. Right, so we're going to do the same thing. Drill a hole here. Looking pretty good. Nice finish on there. Pretty cool. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching that long video. Leave me a comment if you make your own, or you made your own, or you got any input or anything like that. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like this video and subscribe if you like seeing this stuff. It just encourages me to make more videos. I appreciate you. Have a good one.